opening, the evening hasn't started yet. I hold each one against the light and haven't chosen yet. A feathered one for mystery, a gilded one for power. I take my time because the choosing is my finest hour. This mess tonight, the one that catches candlelight just so. This mess tonight, the one that only I will truly know. I wear it like a jewel, I wear it like a vow. This mess tonight, and I'm ready now. The ivory one for evening soft, the crimson one for fire. Each mask a quiet decision, each one taking me higher. I hold them to the mirror like a jeweler holds a stone. The masquerade begins right here before I leave alone. Just the mirror, just the velvet and the choosing, just the candle, just the woman and her ritual. Just this moment, just before the door swings open. This mess tonight, the one that catches candlelight just so. This mess tonight, the one that only I will truly know. I wear it like a jewel, I wear it like a vow. This mess tonight, I'm ready now. Check the vintage Rolex on your wrist. Darling, I'm aware the hour was missed. The champagne's breathing, getting rather cold, but a grand entrance never gets too old. I'm the focal point of every wandering eye, a living legend, never acting shy. The velvet rope was waiting for my grace. Now the party finally finds its pace. Efficiency is such a tasteless chore, I prefer to leave them wanting more. Punctuality is for the bored and plain. On the sunny break was in the rain. Timing is a lady's finest tool. Let the clockwork turn, I'll be the rule. The room was silent till I hit the floor. Now they're begging for a little more. An elegant delay, a polished crime. I'm simply better than the march of time. Yes, the world can wait a minute or 10 until I choose to let the night begin. Stroll across the marble, heels a click. The social tension's getting rather thick. I see the hostess biting on her lip until I offer her a cheeky tip. I'm the masterpiece that's worth the long queue, the only vision that is strictly true. Don't apologize for being late when you're the only dish upon the plate. Minutes are just pebbles in my shoe while I'm deciding on a shade of blue. They say the early bird will find the prize, but the clever swan knows when to rise. let the clockwork turn. I'll be the womb was silent till I hit the floor. Now they're begging for a little more. An elegant delay, a polished crime. I'm simply better than the march of time. Yes, the world can wait a minute or 10 until I choose to let the night begin. Keep your eyes on the gilded door. I'll give you what you're waiting for. 30 minutes, maybe 45. That's when the party feels alive, fashionably late. It's worth the wait. She enters like a sentence that has already been said. No flourish and no fanfare, just the turning of a head. The room adjusts its volume when she's settled in her chair. You wouldn't call it silence, but you'd notice something there. She never raises her voice, and yet the conversation finds her every time. She never raises her voice, and yet the evening bends itself along her line. No crown, no declaration, and no throne. Just the quietest power anyone has ever known. She orders with a glance and gets exactly what she meant. She disagrees with no more than a perfectly placed accent. The loudest man across the room has said 1,000 words, and somehow every ear is turned to catch what she prefers. What is it that the candles seem to know that makes them lean a little as she goes? What is it that the music seems to find that shifts the whole arrangement of the night? What is it that a room of strangers sees before she says a word or takes her seat? Something in the quality of ease that no one ever learned and none can teach. She never raises her voice, and yet the conversation finds her every time. She never raises her voice, and yet the evening bends itself along her line. No crown, no declaration, and no throne. Just the quietest power anyone has ever known. I've counted every chandelier in every gilded hall. I know the way the candlelight will lean before it falls. Yet something in the evening air still catches me off guard. A feather on a stranger's mask, ask a glance across the yard. 100 masks and still I find a new one. 100 nights and still the music plays. 100 times I've worn a different version and loved them all with every masquerade. The violinist plays the same sweet melody as before, but tonight I hear a shadow in it I never heard before. I choose a mask of ivory where last year I wore black. Each version of myself I find I never want back. Just me and the walls, just me and the halls, belonging to no one at all. Just silk and the night, just candlelight, and one more version yet to find. 100 masks and still I find a new one. 100 nights and still the music plays. 100 times I've worn a different version and loved them all with every masquerade. She arrives when the evening has already begun. No announcement, no entrance, just suddenly there. The masks turn toward her like flowers to sun. Something shifts in the quality of air. She never learned the art, she simply is. The spotlight finds her, though she seeks no light. 100 masks surround her in the hall, and hers is just her face on masquerade night. The violins adjust their tempo when she moves. The chandelier seems brighter where she stands. She reads the room the way a pianist reads, and plays it gently with unhurried hands. She never tried, and yet the room stands still. She never asked, and yet the waltz begins. She simply is, and always simply will. Kind of woman that the night invents. She never learned the art, she simply is. The spotlight finds her, though she seeks no light. 100 masks surround her in the hall, and hers is just her face on masquerade night. plan. I simply choose an evening and I go where no one can predict the way the lighting shifts the moment I walk in, as if the room had held its breath and now can breathe again. Every room was waiting just for me. The candles burn a little brighter when every room was waiting just for me. The music finds a tempo I can wear. I never asked for any of it, and yet every room I've entered hasn't quite forgotten me yet. Flowers lean a certain way, the curtains find their drape. The conversation pauses in the most becoming shape. I didn't plan the entrance and I didn't plan the light, but every room I walk into decides to feel just right. The candles already at their finest height. The music already playing something right. The flowers already turn to catch my eye. The lighting already knowing where to lie. The silence already shaped around my name, and every room I've ever entered feels the same. Every room was waiting just for me. The candles burn a little brighter when every room was waiting just for me. The music finds a tempo I can wear. I never asked for any of it, and yet every room I've entered hasn't quite forgotten me yet. The velvet curtain parts for none but me. A glass of amber held in steady hand. The upright vase begins to bend the knee to melodies the heart can understand. I step into the pool of amber light, where shadows stretch and silhouettes remain. The undisputed mistress of the night, with nothing left to lose and less to gain. I am a ghost within the silver swing, a temporary pulse upon the floor. I do not need a promise or a ring to find the grace I've always waited for. To sway is to be free of every name, a spinning top that never needs a rest. I play a solitary golden game, a guest within the house of my own breast. The brass is warm, the snare is rushing low. A stranger offers up a steady palm. I follow where the syncopations dull, enveloped in a calculated calm. His eyes are dark, his collar slightly frayed. We share a breath, a motion and a beat, but when the final dominant is played, I'm back upon my own two sovereign feet. No lingering at tables in the back, no waiting for a carriage in the rain. I find the beauty in the white and black, without the heavy burden of the chain. The saxophone is sighing We only one who holds the master key to every silent word I never spoke. I am a ghost here in the silver swing, with temporary pulse upon the floor. I do not need a promise or a ring to find the grace I've always waited for. To sway is to be free of every name, a spinning top that never needs a rest. I play a solitary golden game, the guest within the house of my own breast. The candles flicker down to nothingness. The coat-checked girl is nodding by the door. I wrap myself in quiet silk and dress and leave my secrets on the wooden floor. Just me and the moon, just me and the tune, belonging to the dawn. I know. They think I live for curtain calls and roses on the floor, for faces turned toward me and the wanting of encore. But what they never see is what I carry to the wings, the private world that only starts before the music begins. Just before the lights find me, this is the only moment that is mine. Just before the lights find me, the world outside has not yet crossed the line. No audience, no judgment, and no sound. Just me and everything I've ever found. The stage hands move in shadows and the orchestra is still. The velvet holds its breath the way it always does until I stand here in the darkness and I feel the whole thing turn. This is the moment that I came, but this is what I earned. The curtain, silence that keeps the moment before the whole awakes. The stillness that belongs to me alone. The heartbeat before the first note breaks. The darkness, the last breath that is purely mine. The threshold and then the lights and then the lines. Just before the lights find me, this is the only moment that is mine. Just before the lights find me, the world outside has not yet crossed the line. No audience, no judgment, and no sound. Just me and everything I've ever found. I take my place beside the piano as the evening starts. The same keys and the same melody, the same hopeful hearts. I watch them find each other through the music that I make. so many times I play it in my sleep awake. Every year the same, and every year enough. Every year the melody outlasts the masquerade. Every year the same, and every year enough to watch a stranger find the one for whom their heart was made. Every year I play, and every year they fall, and every year the music is the finest gift of all. The couple by the window found each other here 3 years ago. They come back every masquerade and sway a little slow. I recognize their shoulders and the way they close their eyes. The melody remembers them the way the night remembers skies. She plays, and somewhere in the room a stranger finds a hand. She plays, and what began as music becomes something neither planned. She plays, and two people discover what they didn't know they saw. She plays, and a melody gives freely what no masquerade has bought. Every year the same, and every year enough. Every year the melody outlasts the masquerade. Every year the same, and every year and what? To watch a stranger find the one for whom their heart was made. Every year I play, and every year there's the fall, and every year the music is the finest gift of all. Tucked under silk and candlelight, not looking for redemption, just a reason for the night. But then a stranger stumbled, and I offered out my hand, and something in the gesture I could finally understand. When I teach the waltz, I almost fly. The closest thing to heaven is the music and the try. When I teach the waltz, I almost fly. I never thought I'd find it here beneath the masked sky. No halo and no altar and no prayer, just the 1, 2, 3, and suddenly I'm there. Count the steps for those who never learn to trust the floor, and every time they find a rhythm, I remember what I'm for. The chandeliers seem brighter when a stumble becomes grace, and heaven feels like something I can almost still embrace. I never thought a waltz could feel like Queens. I never thought a stranger's hand could feel like grace. I never thought that teaching simple things could put the sky back in its proper place. I never thought that I would find it here among the master music of this night. But here I am, and everything is clear, and for one waltz I almost got it right. reach the waltz, I almost fly. The closest thing to heaven is the music and I try. When I teach the waltz, I almost fly. I never thought I'd find it here beneath the mask sky. No halo and no altar and no prayer, just the 1, 2, 3, and suddenly I'm there. Ballrooms in 100 different towns. I've worn my wings like secrets underneath my gowns. But something in this candlelight has always felt like grace, as if the masquerade was built to be my resting place. Here I have never felt falling at all. Here the music catches me before I fall. Here among the mask and the midnight air, I am everything I was before I lost the stare. Here I have never felt falling at all. Just a woman at a masquerade answering the call. The clock is moving closer to the hour I know by heart, when everything turns ordinary and the magic falls apart. But tonight I feel it differently. The midnight holds no fear. Of all the places I have wandered, this one feels most clear. Just the midnight and the moment when the cloud begins to chime. Just the music and the one place I have always felt divine. Just the candlelight and dancing and the masks and all the rest. Just this ballroom, just the one place I have ever felt my best. Here I have never felt falling at all. Here the music catches me before I fall. Here among the mast and the midnight air, I am everything I was before I lost the stare. Here I have never felt falling at all. Just a woman at a masquerade answering the call. Before the candles reach their fullest height, I know each guest by name before they step into the light. The diplomat, the dreamer, and the one who came to hide. I read them all before they've even crossed the gilded side. I know what hides behind every mask. I never had to wonder, never had to ask. I keep what the masquerade confides. Every secret safe with me behind those knowing eyes. I know what hides behind every mask, and keeping silent is the finest of my tasks. Lady lady in the crimson holds a letter she regrets. The gentleman in silver hasn't paid his debts. The young ones in the corner think their love is still a secret, but I have known since midnight and I choose not to repeat it. I know, and the knowing is a garden I tend alone. I see, and the seeing is a burden I have made my own. I hold every whispered word that no one else was meant to hear. I keep, and the keeping is the reason that they trust me every year. I know what hides behind every mask. I never had to wonder, never had to ask. I keep what the masquerade confides. Every secret safe with me behind these knowing eyes. I know what hides behind every mask, and keeping silent is the finest of my tasks. The velvet curtain parts without a sound. A polished floor where silver heels are found. She doesn't need to check the leather book to know your vintage or the way you look. A subtle knot, a shift of silk and light. She's held the keys to every Friday night. The ice begins to settle in the glass. She clears the way to let the shadows pass. She remembers every name you ever spoke, the way you take your coffee or your smoke. A lexicon of faces in her mind, the sharpest grace that anyone could find. Precision in a smile so soft and deep. The secrets of the lobby she will keep. Table 7 where the lilies bloom. She knows who preferred the corner of the room. The understated fragrance of her coat matches every low and mellow note. She recalls the daughter's name, the winter trip, the glass that nearly tumbled from her grip. A year ago or maybe just a day. She never lets the details slip away. It isn't just a greeting at the door, it's knowing what you're really looking for. A quiet strength within a tailored frame, refining every piece of this grand game. No frantic rush, no clutter in her gaze. She guides the pulse through this refined haze. She remembers every name you ever spoke, the way you take your coffee or your smoke. A lexicon of faces in her mind, the sharpest grace that anyone could find. Precision in a smile so soft and deep. The secrets of the lobby she will keep. A final glance, a perfect steady hand, the finest architect in all the land. Good night again. The last waltz has been played, and the musicians pack their cases. The candles burn to nothing, leaving warmth in empty spaces. The cigarette smoke lingers like a gas that won't depart, and every conversation left a little in the heart. The hall is empty, but the night was full. We leave, but we are never really gone. The masks come off, but something of the magic stays and pulls us back before too long. The hall is empty, but the night was full, and somewhere in the smoke we made a vow to find our way back to this place again. The masquerade is over for now. We gather up our coats and leave our footprints on the floor. We linger at the entrance, not quite ready for the door. The kind of evening that you carry home inside your chest, the kind that makes all ordinary evenings feel like rest. The hall is empty, but the night was full. We leave, but we are never really gone. The masks come off, but something of the magic stays and pulls us back before too long. The hall is empty, but the night was full, and somewhere in the smoke we made a vow to find our way back to this place again. The masquerade is over for now. Just a vote, just the echo of a waltz still in the air. Just the candles burning down to nothing on the stair. Just the stillness and the feeling of a night that meant something real. Just the promise that we know exactly how this place will feel. Just the doorway and the cool air of the street beyond the glass. Just the knowledge that